Hi guys, it's David, targeted individual. Uh, Today again was just a brutal day. I don't know why they choose Sunday. Maybe it's just. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I know because it's a religious day. And for example, for me, my targeting, when I get harassed, sometimes on the weekends, it's like so much worse. Like today, I got so much synthetic telepathy, so much voice to scar harassment, so much, to my body that I was going literally insane. The last couple of days as well, but now too. And I just realized that this is probably um because um it's a religious day, and so what they do is they infect people with this shit. Um the group who's doing this, or what they call it, you can see graffitis of this. It's called Norse, I don't know. It's kind of like a Greek word. It means that like a blessing or a message from God, or some higher being that is given to you as you fucking want it. But it's not something you can comprehend. So it's just gonna it's being given to you, and it's just you have it. It's hard to explain, but just Google it. Norse, Norse, I guess. And this is the shit that criminal cartel does. They single out people who are they think that they are alone, like people who are single, people who are gay, women, single women, older people, and they infect them with this shit. And this shit is starts to communicate in your head with you. It's like a nanoparticles or nanobots, whatever the fuck. And AI start to talk bullshit in your head. And if you don't react, then the fucking criminals start to bullshit in your head. Um, and so, but it's so intense. It's designed to break down your personality. It's break down. It's to break down who you are, and they can create a new personality. This is like a experimentation uh, phrase, if you like, because this is what they would roll out on the whole population over time. Not so long. It's coming, but they have to test it out in people, how it works, how far they can push someone, and it's the gang stalkers and all these fuckers who do this. But they choose people who are vulnerable, people who have cancer, but people who didn't have cancer, but they cause them cancer because some fucker put them on a list, and then they cause them cancer with directed energy weapons. And once you have cancer, they put you on a highly illegal terrorist watch list that doesn't exist, but it does. And so you're gonna become a subject of this fucking experimentation, like how much they can erase your memory, how much they can torture you to push you from one place to another, if they can push you to do something that you don't want you to do, or you don't want to do, if they can, I don't know, make you commit suicide, make you commit murder, if they can make you a pedophile, if you can anything. And the goal of this is that we know for decades the goal of this fucking new world order crime cartel motherfucker syndicate is to completely transform the population into this mindless zombie, uh just brainless population that is dependent on wireless radiation, uh and people who don't have a will, people who cannot make their own decisions. So everything they want everything to be connected to AI. And so and all of so it's basically you can imagine a population completely controlled by intimidation and fear. And this next one is like a tough one for some, but for example, back then when there was slavery and they freed black people, they didn't free them because someone thought, oh my god, guys, we were just so assholes. Like, how could we do that? We can't do that anymore. No, They freed black people because they realized that they can build a system over decades and centuries, that why would we just enslave one group of people when we can enslave the whole fucking population? And this is the shit, this is these nanoparticles or chemicals or whatever this, whatever harp system or the what's the other one? I don't even know. Whatever DARPA came up with, to wire the whole population into one, uh, is being put in people non-consensually. And but I know about it. A lot of people know about it. This is, this is, it's kind of like a Manchurian candidate, or uh, like a sleeping agent. They put some shit in your bloodstream, in your the soft parts of your body or whatever, and then they just transform you into this person who is you but not really you. It's like those, and I talked about this before, these Russian experiments that took place in the 70s, where one person can project their mind or their brain, they aware, not aware, they senses to somewhere else in another country, so they can overthrow a country, or they can uh you know um change decision makers minds and whatever. So when they are sudden deaths, when they are su- sudden decisions made, they are all made, it's always, so for example, like lately a lot of pop stars got like, they had to have operation on their throats, they got sick, and just when, just weird things happen to groups of people at once, you have to always ask what's going on, because it's not just by chance. um and I know, like, my previous landlord, he was onto this shit. He was, I pretty much, he was hardcore on this bullshit. To basically transform the population into this, whatever the fuck they want to do with people. And for example, London and even in Hungary, you can see these graffitis that say Norse, Norse, and those are the people. Probably they put them on walls and everything, so they mark the territory or something. That area is already covered by the synthetic telepathy neural bullshit network. And then people who know, they cannot consciously know that they know. It's just, it's like, I don't know how to compare it. It feels like you put some. It's they put this new way of mind control into the back of your head, and it's like you do your everyday stuff, but it's there, and something, sometimes it's take over, sometimes they test it out on you, like, I don't know, if you want to break up relationships, they can turn two people against each other in a week. And the people, we think that, wow, this is, we just, we fight a lot, or we just got sick suddenly, or we just, nah, 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 nah. It's fucking mind control. um and the people who do this, they first of all, they think that it's secret, that they just have to protect it at every cost. The people who do this, they think they're just some kind of fucking higher beings, but in reality, it's just these sad fucking gang stalkers who's been around for decades. Um, they're little handlers running around doing this bullshit. And but I'm just tired. I've been talking about this for years. So but um, on the level that sorry, you experience or you comprehend, it feels like you did something, because that's the trick, basically. So the people who are paid to do this are already fucking in the brain. They are ex-convict, they're prisoners, they're murderers, they're real pedophiles, they're drug dealers, drug addicts, anyone they have a control file on. Those are the people who gonna use. But also they try to trick you into it, because if you think, like, I'm a guy, I'm kind of shy and calm and whatever normally, and so they thought that, oh, we can do this with him, sure, why not? There's no risk in there, sure. And so they chose me to target me, to experiment on me, to put the shit on me. Um, and they, if you're a targeted individual, especially if you have voice to scar, you probably sick of this shit too. So you have to listen all of this crap. This, you're a pedophile, you're a whore, you have to suffer, you have to blah blah blah. And obviously you know that it's bullshit. But when you have to listen to it for years, every day, you start to believe it, or not consciously, but you will think that for some reason you have to be scared, for some reason that you did something but you won't remember what you did. You just always have this feeling that you done something, and so you have to take this shit. And that's the fucking trick they do. That's what they do to me as well. They for some reason they think that they can. I don't know why. They think because they're stupid. I am too, but I'm not. But if it doesn't work with me, then they poison me like they do, like even now, chemicals all the time when I'm in my bedroom and the living room, just spray chemicals. They spray chemical on my shoes, and then it gets into my bloodstream and bullshit like this. Um, but I'm not going through this shit again. So if you don't hear about me, it's because either way they killed me or I killed one of them and I'm in prison. But I'm just not doing this bullshit anymore. The last winter I spent, it was like horror. It was horrific. They would keep torturing me. They would keep spraying me with chemicals. I was struggling to pay my rent. I had to stay outside. It was so freezing cold, but I sometimes I had to sleep outside, not because I wanted to, but if you're a targeted individual, sometimes they microwave you, they target you so badly, or even they just target you psychologically so badly that you cannot really explain it to people. And that's exactly the point of MK Ultra, that only you experience, or Havana syndrome that happened to the Americans in Cuba. It's very real to you neurologically, not even psychologically, but other people cannot really see it. They just see the effects of it, but they don't see the cause. They don't see what's being done to you, they just see what the effects of what's being done to you. And so they can label you crazy, you can be pushed away from your support system, like they did last year. They even have a pen, but I'm just so far ahead of them. Like they think they because they can push me away, for example, from people I known. Then if they do the same shit to me that they did last year, then wow, now he's not gonna have anyone. No, wow, we can kill him finally. Wow, we can torture, we can take over. Mm-mm. That's just bull. It's not gonna work, obviously. Um, but last year was brutal. So sometimes I slept outside. Sometimes I was. It was just horrific. But if you looked at me from the outside, I look like I don't know, like a skeleton, a zombie. I'm not crying, but even when I think about it, I feel like I want to cry. But I swore to myself, and I'm not religious, but I swore to myself, I rather become a murderer and I spend the rest of my life in prison, or if I get killed, then I get killed. But I'm not gonna take it again. I'm not gonna spend another winter like that, and I'm not gonna let them push me to the edge. I'm done. I just filed a court case now again in London. There is another one who's been that's been filed, and there is another one in progress in Hungary. I have many police reports with detailed evidence, because now one of the thing about this is that they fuck, like now, for example, here, exactly here, my head is being shot in like a pencil beam. It feels like a bump, like a somebody's doing this but really hard. It feels like that. Um, I don't know if it's coming from a camera to the neighbor in the wall that way, or from the side. It could come anywhere, but the point is, it's like a lobotomy. So basically, they wanna erase your conscious thinking, your rational thinking, and so you are in this shock, like Dr. Catherine Horton said it the best way, and she has a video to explain all of this, the psychology, the fucking bullshit behind it, how it's been planned, is that you have to feel like a rat in a maze, and these fuckers, these terrorists, who's working on these new world order programs, that they've been paying a lot of money, millions, from big companies. For example, my attackers, some of them track back them, and some of them are from Saudi Arabia, tech AI companies. I record. Well, doesn't I don't have to tell you how, but I managed to track back, and I got names, I got company names, and I know that there's a lot of money being paid from, for example, Saudi Arabia company to the UK, so the gang stalkers in the UK can participate in these programs, and so that's how they're testing out this new technology. This is what they do. But the gang stalkers, if they're stupid, they're just running around thinking that they are targeting pedophiles, or they are like, targeting bad people because they have to get them. And then the little, for example, there's a whore talking bullshit to my head all the time. And no, I'm not psychotic, it's just synthetic telepathy. You can Google it if you want, or voice to Ska. Dr. Robert Duncan worked on it, and I talked to him, so I know what it is. Um, there's this stupid bitch talking to my, oh, if you don't leave, I'm just gonna do my job. I'm gonna do my job. They try to sound like agents, because if you try to sound like, uh like uh this this is why they try to trick you all the time to fucking religion, which is why I fucking hate it, and everything that this have to do with higher consciousness, because this is how they put the fucking criminals in your head, and then when they start to talk to you, you already conditioned into this bullshit where, oh yeah, yeah, if I can see something, and if they're talking to me and they're telling me what to do, then I have to do that because that's what I fucking mind control to do from the fucking beginning of time. This is the shit that you have to forget. Don't be, if you're religious, you have to be grounded in what you believe in. But I'm not religious. I hate religion for this particular reason. Because it's all fucking mind control. It's the same fucking Vatican crime cartel worked on it from the beginning of time. And it's the same fucking bullshit. Only now, criminals, these little gang stalking little girls, they're doing it through Snapchat and the hidden apps on their phones and Instagram, and that's how they target people, and the whatever app is running behind their map, so then they can track people, share victims location, and they're running around like they're doing something important, like, oh, he's dangerous, oh, or at least you have to believe that that's why it's happening. But in reality, it's just that big companies paying secret services to shut up, they're paying police to shut up, and they're paying criminals, hardcore murderers, and then the murderers are paying, like my uh, previous landlord, they praying little gang stalkers brought out from prison, or who didn't have a mommy and a daddy, and they're gonna run around and just poison people and track them and write scripts how a group of people who are already being connected to this high mind bullshit can be controlled. This basically, you know, it's um it's fucking crazy. And I don't blame people who would say that, well, he's psychotic, he's mentally. I don't blame them, because if someone told me this, just as it is in one, I would be like, what? But it's true. It's fucking true. And when you say it's conspiracy, it's not conspiracy. It's a business plan. There are payments. For example, NSA in the US, they have all the fucking data of these people, which is why NSA analysts and NSA agents who become whistleblowers are so fucking heavily targeted, because they could speak, right? And they do speak, and thank God, because they're fucking heroes, right? But they always attack the people who obviously are endangering the criminal cartel. And just just look at this. Look at my hand. Look at this. I'm only in my 30s. Do you think this is my hand would look like? No, this is a fucking chemical attack. This. I don't know if it's way worse and more painful in person. Like, you see this red whatever, and my face also, all the wrinkles, that my eyes are just so in, all of this, or this, for example, this is like a permanent directed energy weapon burn that never healed. Well, I got this in West Ham when I lived in West Ham, and they do this with this red glowing stick, but remotely. So yeah, this is the shit that we have to deal with every fucking day, and I know, especially in the UK, because I know about a lot of people, that they're being poisoned with horrific shit, with horrific fumes and chemicals and uh, just horrific. Um, Sometimes they do infect the back of your throat from the inside or from in the back or from here, and so they can trigger, like the criminal, the thug, the gang stalker put their phone like this, and they can talk into your head, or they can trigger you to talk. It's like a ventriloquist effect. When they talk, they force you to talk. It's called forced speech, so they can talk through you. It's really just to make you, make you push be pushed away from society, from your fans, from your friends, from everyone. Um, yeah. Once they put you on the list, they just gonna come at you. But I printed out so many flyers that says everything about the targeting program. That, you know what, if you're gonna torture me or target me, um, I'm just gonna put them everywhere. I don't mind. So yeah, that's all for today. Just know that you're not alone, and don't let them fuck with you. Nobody deserves this shit, and just don't give a fuck what's being told in your head by these criminals, that you deserve it somehow. Or sometimes it's like a positive reinforcement. They try to tell you some positive things just so you accept the bullshit, the synthetic telepathy, but they're gonna kill you. That's the end goal, to kill you. And they are sick people. I saw them who's being forced or paid to do this. They're drug addicts. They're off their fucking head. They have no idea. They cannot comprehend, and they're gonna be killed too. But that, nevertheless, you're gonna be destroyed. You cannot let them. Please do not think that it's God. Please do not think that you're special. You have been put on an experimentation program, and you have to fight it legally. Good night.